Welcome back to the Shy City Boys podcast. With me, as always, Jack Thiel. I'm Carl Liza. We got a stacked episode for you guys today. Strictly the NFL draft talk. Nothing but. Sorry, Chicago sports. You got to take a seat back. We'll talk about you next week. But today, we have very much to talk about. We both have a Bears full mock draft, 7 rounds. We both have our own first round mock drafts. And then at the end, we are both going to be making a mock draft together where Jack Thiel has all the odd number draft picks and I have the evens. If you remember from a couple episodes ago, it was swapped. I had the odds, Jack had the evens, but we're going to do it this time. Final mock draft for both of us. And yeah, I'm excited. Jack, how you feeling?
Well, thanks for asking how I'm doing. So that was kind of rude. You didn't ask how I
I
was.
did ask how you are.
Good, 2 days away from the draft. We have obviously the Rodgers news, and now whatever
Mm-hmm.
happens, the odds are increasing at being the number one pick. Probably won't be, but went from 4,000 to 500 overnight. So definitely late night drama in the NFL draft, and I think that will continue throughout. I know we'll hear about teams trying to trade up, teams trying to trade back, who wants who really wants to get that guy. So, you know, I mean, I think even before we get to Kansas City at 7 o'clock Central time, there's going to be a lot of drama heading
Uh-huh.
to the NFL draft. So I'm excited. I think that, this is going to be very interesting, obviously, as Bears fans, but in the NFL, there's a lot of potential shakeups. A lot of people think this class is terrible. A lot of people think this class is good. So, we'll see where it stands in the future. But for right now, we've got a lot of NFL draft talk, and
Yeah.
it's only going to increase as the days go by. So it'll be fun to kind of recap everything next week. But there's a lot of unknown right now, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So before we get into our mock drafts, let's talk about the big news that dropped yesterday. Aaron Rodgers is a New York Jet out of the NFC, out of the NFC North, out of Green Bay. He's going to the New York Jets. And let me tell you the compensation. So the Jets, they get obviously Aaron Rodgers, pick 15, and a 2023 fifth round draft pick, which is number 170 this year. The Packers get number 13 this year. So they swap picks. They get number 42, a second round pick this year, and 207, a sixth round pick. And then the big one is a conditional 2024 second round pick that will become a first round pick for next year if Rodgers plays 65% of the plays in New York this upcoming season. So, Jack, we've had a day to think about this. What's your reaction to this a day after learning about this trade?
I mean, we all knew this trade was going to happen,
Yeah.
inevitable. Rodgers basically goes public, talks about how playing is going to be for the Jets. So a move was going to be made. We didn't know how much
Mm-hmm.
would be
The
given up.
compensation would be.
I mean, I think the Packers did themselves a good job. I mean, they still keep a pick in the first round. And, they got other picks as well. And I think a second round turns into a first rounder
Yes.
if Rodgers plays 65%, which I mean, I think he will. I mean, obviously he's going to try to play every game. So,
Mm-hmm.
I think both sides, they got what they wanted. The Packers, they got draft picks and they've got assets for the future. And for the Jets, they got their guy because they were building their whole team around him this offseason. I mean,
Yeah.
Alcazar goes there and, they go and get other guys who Rodgers would like to play with. So, Jets, very interesting team. Brees Hall, obviously coming back. You've got, I think we talked Wilson, Lazard.
Garrett Wilson, yeah.
You got a
Nicole Harmon.
yeah, you got Tyler Conklin at tight end,
Yeah.
and obviously Mika Becton at offensive tackle and the defense. I mean, Sauce Gardner coming off one of the best rookie seasons you can have.
Yeah.
Williams and defenses. So I think, the Jets are really going to play themselves to a playoff spot this year, but we'll see. You know, this is the first time, obviously, we're seeing Rodgers in a new uniform, so who knows? It might go well, it might go terrible, but I think for both sides, they're happy, and I think they should be happy because they both, like I said, got what they wanted. And yeah, we're gonna see. I mean, the AFC is definitely loaded with quarterbacks now. Add Aaron Rodgers to that list, but the NFC North kind of is wide open. I know I would say the Lions are the favorite, and then the Vikings, and then the Bears. But I don't think there's really much of a breathing room for any of those teams. I think it's up and down, and you could make a case for any three of those teams. I think that the Packers, they're going to take a step back. Jordan Love, it's his turn now. And I don't want to say a lot of pressure's on him, but he's given the keys. And if he doesn't perform well this year, he's probably not coming back. So I expect the Packers to go offensive heavy in this draft to set him up, which is funny because they would never do that for Rodgers. But, you know, I mean, I'm not saying the Packers are going to be good, but I also don't think that they're like terrible. I mean, they still got a decent team around this young quarterback. So NFC North definitely going to be interesting. I think that all teams are very beatable, which makes it fun because who knows who could win a division. So Rodgers gone. Obviously, Bears fans are happy, and I'm sure Rodgers will miss playing the Bears, but nevertheless, it finally happened, and I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that it was a good side for both teams. Even though I don't like the Packers, they didn't get fleeced. They got a fair package.
Yeah, I've been back and forth on it. My initial thoughts when I first saw the trade pop up, I'm like, the Jets got fleeced. And honestly, I'm still leaning that way. I still think the Packers won this trade, but it all depends on if the Jets win a Super Bowl. I think if the Jets win the Super Bowl, they win the trade, obviously. Obviously, they win the trade.
Well, Rodgers is going to play. So
Yeah.
basically, and I don't want to, curse him or whatever. But when he does play those 65% games, you're basically saying you get 2 first rounds and a second round, and you don't have to pay that contract anymore.
Yeah. We don't know what the contract situation is. So they might, the reason the Jets gave up more is maybe because the Packers are paying most of the
Yeah, that could
contract.
be true.
So
Yeah.
that could be a thing. That might be a reason, but we don't know. We don't know about the money compensation, but I think the Packers won this trade. And the only way the Jets can win this is if they make or win a Super Bowl.
I think it's win. I mean, that's why you got a guy like Rodgers.
Exactly.
You don't trade for guys just to make it. You trade for
Yeah.
guys to win it.
Yeah. So the Jets have a big chip on their shoulder now
Yeah.
because they're going to be a threat now. And this team really hasn't played with that before with a chip on their shoulder. So we'll have to see what they do. So let's move on. Let's move on to how do you want to do this? You want to do first round mock and then the Bears and then the live one?
We
Or do
can
you
do
want
the
to go?
Bears. We can start
You want to
talking
do the
about
Bears?
the Bears because I mean, we kind of assume what's going to happen, but I wouldn't say we do know what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
I believe, and it's just really hard because I mean, obviously, it all depends if Jalen Carter falls.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, you could trade back and get some guys. I don't know, Carl. Where do you stand? Because I mean, you can easily trade back here,
Yeah.
but at the same time, Jalen Carter is there.
Yeah.
How,
Um,
how do you pass up?
uh, yeah, honestly, if Carter's there at 9, you take him, and then you hope for some second round help from the offensive line. Because honestly, the defensive line is needing more help than the offensive line.
Yeah,
But you need more of an offensive line to win in this league. So if Carter's there at 9 and you're not getting um, outstanding offers to like trade back and for someone else to take them, you
yeah,
take Carter. You take Carter, possibly move back up into the first round, get the offensive lineman you want that is probably not going to be falling into the second.
hmm
So I think you take Carter if he's there, and
Yeah.
then see what happens. Maybe make another move, and maybe move Eddie Jackson to and second to get into the first again.
Yeah. I mean, as I'll share our screen or my screen, to be more grammatically. So, I mean, the go-to mine, all right, we use different softwares, but that's whatever.
Yeah.
So I had Jalen Carter available at 9, and I
Okay.
took him. I said, you have to do this. And then as the draft was going, I was watching it carefully, went into the second round, Anton Harrison was still available.
Okay.
For the Colts, I traded the 53rd and 64th pick up for 35 to get him.
That's not bad.
I think that if Jalen Carter was there at 9 and they took him, that's what they're going to do. Is going to
Mhm.
closely monitor the kind of that late first round who's still available.
Yeah.
Because I don't think obviously Paris Johnson, Peter Skronsky, Darnell Wright, and Broderick Jones will make out of the top 20. I don't think they
Yeah.
will. So that leaves you a guy like Anton Harrison. There's other guys too, but he was able to fall, and it was just hard not to jump on that. And then that was really the only trade I made. I think the Bears have a lot of great picks. Derek Hall on edge. The Bears need that very bad. You got Luke Weipler. Keep building the O line. You got the secondary at Caillou, Blue Kelly, Roscoe Johnson at running back. I know I'm against it, but he's really good. Played under, I mean, I feel like if he wasn't Bijan Robinson's backup, he might be a little higher. So, kind of tough luck for him. And then with Jalen Carter, you don't know what you're going to get. So get Byron Young, a guy who can compete in there. Maybe it pushes Jalen Carter. And then
Mhm.
at the end, you go, oh, I got two more. And then you go Javarius Owens at safety, and then Anthony Orgy linebacker at Vanderbilt. So
Nice.
I didn't make many trades. I thought that for the Bears, I mean, they probably will make trades, but I think that if they are going to trade, it's going to be very more focused on first round, second round. I
Yeah.
think that they value a lot of guys, and there were reports that Ian Cunningham's or Cummings or
Mhm.
whatever said that they value 6 or 8 guys that they could pick at 9, which is interesting because
That's a lot of guys.
I mean I would assume it's like 4 offensive linemen, Jalen Carter. I'm going to say this name, and I know we were talking about it. Kalijah Cansey, the defensive
Mhm.
tackle out of Pittsburgh. I think they like him a lot.
Yeah, I like him, but he's a
Yeah,
tier two under Carter.
I probably would say Jackson Smith Najigba would be in that list as well. Lucas Van Ness is probably another guy on that list as well. But
Yeah.
you never know. A guy can fall. I know Tyree Wilson has got a lot of hype that he could be the number one defensive player pick, but
Mhm. Yeah.
for the fall, you know. And I think
Mhm.
that's for a lot of guys. I mean, like if there was a guy like I'm trying to think, like a Jalen Carter or even Devon Witherspoon, it would be hard for me to pass on that type of player.
Mhm.
I get it. Like you said, it's important. The offensive line is a very important position, but at the same time, I just feel like if you're going to pick in the top 9 or top 10, whatever your case may be, it's going to be for a playmaker.
Yeah.
And look, this will also vary on how the draft board shakes up. Will a quarterback fall? The Bears could be up and CJ Stroud could still be there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
a lot of teams are going to want to go for him. So, I feel like for the Bears, obviously they won't trade until it's probably their pick.
Yeah.
This isn't a trade that would happen today or tomorrow or hours before the draft. This is a trade that happens when
During about
when the
5 minutes.
Falcons make their pick. This is
Mhm.
a trade that will happen because who knows, the Falcons could go quarterback as well. But yeah, so if all quarterbacks are taken before the Bears pick, it's hard for them to trade back. But
Mhm.
at the same time, I could see it. But if they don't, and Jalen Carter is there, I don't think he will be there. But this was according to the simulator.
Yeah.
I do not think he will be there. But if he is,
If he's there, take him. Yeah.
yeah, you got to take him. It's a risk. But at the same time, I feel like this is a guy who can carry the front, guy who
Yeah.
I think he could move up your trajectory of your defensive front for years.
Hmm.
Like he is a Hall of Fame caliber player. He just needs to get his head straight. And, for the Bears who have had terrible first round picks for many years, you know, who knows? I mean, at this point, you got to take a risk. And I would feel much better taking that risky pick that could really be huge instead of taking that safe pick where the ceiling is kind of
Yeah.
somewhat little better. But
Rather take a high risk, high reward than a
yeah,
low risk, low reward.
yeah. So that's my first round or 7th round mock. Final one for the Bears. Like I said, if they do take defense in that 9, I think they'll closely monitor early second, late first round for an offensive tackle. So
Yeah. Not bad.
we'll go to yours if it loads. Oh,
Oh, you uh
there
that
it is.
was it. That was it.
All right,
Okay.
we got a
I
trade.
made I made one trade. It popped up. I didn't try this, but the Bengals popped up. They offered pick 60, 92, and 131 for my pick 53. So I accepted it. It was a pretty good pick to move down 7 spots and get another pick inside the top 100. So I was like, let's do it. Go ahead to go down. I take Paris Johnson at number 9. He was there. Javon Carter's not there. There's been a lot of rumors of if they're sticking there and it's between Johnson and Skoronsky, it's going to be Johnson because Ryan Poles likes the guys with the long arms and Skoronsky just doesn't have that. Move on. Zach Harrison out of Ohio State with that 60 overall pick. Like we were talking about, we need edge rushers, we need playmakers. Zach Harrison was the best edge on the board at that time, so I've been taking him in a lot of drafts. I took him here. Next pick, DJ Turner. We keep saying we need corners. He was the best corner on the board. Plus, he's from Michigan, not that far away. DJ Turner's there at 61. So 64 is Psyche Ika, defensive line, Baylor. We need more defensive linemen. 92, Tyler Steen. I've been taking him in a lot of drafts, or in a lot of mock drafts too. Big time offensive lineman out of Alabama. Sidney Brown, safety, possible replacement for Eddie Jackson when he starts to slow down. And he's from Illinois, so hometown. Interior offensive lineman, Chandler Zavala. I don't know. He was the best lineman on the board at that time. So at this point, I'm really going best available, if you can notice that. 33 is Yaya Diba. We just need more edge. Pair him up with Zach Harrison, see what he can do out there. Noah Sewell, I took him in our last one too, where I saw tape. He's big enough to go to that edge if we need him to, but he can also play on ball and off ball linebacker. He's very versatile in that aspect. Next one. Dwayne McBride. I know we both are talking. We don't need to take a running back, but he's such a gadget guy. Like you can put him all over the field. He's going to be another Tyreek Cohen, honestly, in my opinion. Next one. And then we just took a wide receiver there, Rakim Garrett, see what he can do. He's 6th-round pick, or 7th-round pick, whatever. And then Max Duggan was there at the last pick. So I'm like, hey, let's get a guy that made the title game. Got blown out, but he made the title game. So why not? And that's my mock draft.
Very nice.
I don't think this the trade is very realistic, but you never know. It could happen. So I put it in there.
I think it's important while we're talking about the Bears that there's obviously a lot of mock drafts, and I want to talk about this one I saw. It was very interesting, and I kind of liked it a bit.
Okay.
So it was that we traded back with the Steelers and we got the 17th pick or whatever the pick is and a
Uh,
32nd pick.
Okay.
Here's what they did.
What's up?
Took Bijan with that 17th pick and then took Anton Harrison at Oklahoma with that
Not
32nd.
bad.
So here's my
Bad.
question to you. Let's say the Bears do trade back a little bit
Uh-huh.
and they have a pretty relatively close pick to the early second round. Would you be open to taking Bijan in that first round? Because look, the Bears are a team that they just should get the best available player,
Yeah.
and that is Bijan Robinson. Now, I am against taking running backs, so don't get me wrong, but at the same time, you want Justin Fields to get better. And I'm just saying, if that was there, what would your thoughts be of the Bears if they were to trade back and he was still there? You know,
I'm gonna cut you off right there, Jack. No, this whole draft prospect or process, I've been very adamant about running backs not going in the top 32 picks.
mhm.
And with it being the last week until the draft, days, some may say, that I have changed my mind
Oh,
on Bijan Robinson.
what's this mean? What do you mean here? What's going on?
I changed my mind on Jameer Gibbs also.
Yeah.
And if we did make that trade, and if Bijan was there at 17, I would be adamant, howling from the rooftops, to take Bijan at 17
All right. I'm gonna pick your
and Antoine at 32.
let me pick your brain then.
Okay.
What about 9?
Nope.
No, not at 9. Why not?
It would definitely have a discussion. It would also depend on who's on the board. So if it's, I've been hearing a lot of rumors saying Paris Johnson might go top 5. I don't see where, but he might, maybe to like Seattle. I've heard rumors. I've seen mock drafts of Johnson going top 5. If Carter is there at 9, no matter what. Write it on the fucking paper like in draft day. No matter what, Jalen Carter at 9. If it's Paris Johnson there at 9, write his fucking name on it. Paris Johnson, no matter what.
Yeah.
If you get calls about it and Johnson and Carter are off the board, you take calls about it, you take the picks. I don't see a scenario where we take Bijan at 9.
Mm-hmm.
I trust me, I thought about this. I spent all morning, all night last night after we got off of playing MLB. I did some mock drafts. Not the official ones I did now, but I did some, and in all aspects of it, Bijan was not the right pick there.
Yeah.
But if he's there at 17 and we trade back with the Steelers, I'm very okay with Bijan being the pick there. But I don't think Bijan's gonna last until 17.
Here's what I will say. There's been a growing report that teams are going to try anything to not have the Eagles draft Bijan. With that being said,
I don't think Bijan goes 10 to him. I think they're gonna try to wait till later on.
if he's there, if he's there, he'll take him. I think. If it depends. Point is, the Bears can use this in their favor because I think if a Skronsky or a Johnson worked and Carter, let's say those 3 guys were taken off the board,
Mm-hmm.
they can easily bluff that they're going to take Bijan with that 9th pick.
Yeah.
I I wouldn't be opposed. Like I said, I know I was against it, but when you think of the Bears, a team who needs to get better in almost every aspect, and I guess besides quarterback, Bijan is the best player in the draft by far.
Yeah.
And usually those guys pan out when they're considered the best overall prospect. Overall prospect.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed if the Bears took him at 9. I think
If the Johnson,
he would be my
Skoronski,
second. He would be
Carter,
my second favorite pick at 9.
Carter would be your first.
For Carter's first. I still stand that I would not take an offensive lineman in the first 15 picks if I'm the Bears.
Okay.
I don't think any of these guys have shown they can be Hall of Fame potential. Like I think other guys have shown. I think you look at. I mean, I look Notre Dame fan. Like Mike McGlinchey or Quentin Nelson. Those guys showed that they're going to be future Pro Bowlers.
Yeah.
So I want to be opposed to a Bijan pick at 9. Like I said, I don't think it will happen though, because it seems like the Bears are pretty confident in their running back room going into this draft. So I'm just saying, like, I know teams don't want the Eagles to get Bijan. And, the Falcons have been linked to him. I think that's also an interesting one. But I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to pick your brain on the whole Bijan at 9 situation.
I don't like Bijan at 9, but if we made the draft or the trade with Steelers at 17, I wouldn't mind him at 17.
Because it is a growing conversation. There has been multiple articles talking about how the Bears could take Bijan at 9. So
I've read some of them, yeah.
this isn't something we're just pulling out of our ass. Like this is actually something that's
Yeah.
being talked about every day.
No, you're right.
And I mean, it makes sense that the Bears did take him because you're trying to build something in the
You want playmakers.
Yeah.
He's a
And,
playmaker.
I think Bijan would be great because you get him and Justin. I mean, I think that often. I mean, yeah, I just would say that even if Jalen Carter, no, never mind. If Jalen Carter is off the board, if Jalen Carter isn't, I'd be a little pissed off. But
I'm hearing Carter's going to be going anywhere from
yeah, I think he's
3
going.
to 6.
I think he's going to the Lions.
You might see him go to Arizona at 3.
Yeah. But that's the thing. If he's gone, and I hear on my phone or TV that the Bears take Bijan, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That's the only running back I'm okay with taking in the first 5 rounds in this draft. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is good, but I don't think he's worth that.
He's a middle second rounder in my opinion. But you'll see in my draft that I drafted him a little high.
But yeah, so I just thought that was interesting. I saw an article this morning about it, and I did a little digging, and there was a lot of them on it, and I was kind of shocked. I did not expect that many articles to be about Bijan and the Bears. But that being said, let's do
our mock draft, our first round mock drafts. Let me go first.
Oh.
Let me go first.
Okay. Wait, hold on.
That's yours.
Yeah, I know.
This is mine.
Yes. All right.
Okay, so I didn't make any trades. I just wanted to keep it straight because I don't really like predicting things because you're never right. So we're gonna go about this pretty quick. There's a lot of rumors Will Levis is going 1 now because of betting lines and him saying he's going to Carolina, but can't believe that yet. Bryce Young still number 1, best quarterback in the draft. 2, I went the direction of Houston waiting next year for Caleb Williams, and they're taking the best the best edge in the draft at Will Anderson. Tyree Wilson at 3. I think Arizona wanted Anderson at 3, but they didn't, so they're taking the second best with Tyree Wilson. Colts don't move, and they get their quarterback of the future, CJ Stroud. Jalen Carter, like I said earlier, I don't think he gets out of he's going anywhere from 3 to 6. Jalen Carter goes 5 to Seattle. Christian Gonzalez is the best corner in the draft, and the Detroit Lions get him at 6. They just traded Jeff Okudah, so they have a blaring need there. Will Levis, his descent stops at 7 with the new Las Vegas Raiders. I think he's going to sit a year behind or 2 behind Jimmy G. See how that works. Anthony Richardson lands in Atlanta. I think they're going to give Desmond Ritter a year to show what he can do, and they just want a backup plan because Ritter is a 35-year-old man with a whole ass family going to be starting his first year. 9, I had Paris Johnson, like in my mock. Devon Weatherspoon is the pick for Philly at 10. They need corner help because they lost CJ, they lost someone else. So they take Witherspoon at 10. Peter Skoronsky is the pick in Tennessee. They need a lot of offensive lineman help, so that's that. 12, Houston, JSN. I know they didn't take a quarterback, but I think they're going to get set up for next year when they are able to take Caleb Williams. 13, the Packers. I know you said they're going to be going offensive heavy, but I don't think they're going to. I think they believe in the Christian Watson. Who else do they draft?
They have no one. Lazard's gone.
No, not Lazard. They drafted Romeo Dobbs. They have Romeo Dobbs too. And you don't trade 13 for 15 to take Michael Mayer because you know Michael Mayer will stay at 15. So I think they trade up to get Lucas Vaness. Patriots, they take Broderick Jones. He just looks like a Patriot guy. Don't I think he does, in my opinion. He's a big motherfucker, and he's going to protect Mac Jones until he gets hurt. The Jets going to take Darnell Wright to protect Aaron Rodgers now that he's on the team. And here's the big one. Washington takes Bijan Robinson. I know they had Brian Robinson, right?
Yeah, what?
He got shot, but they want the best playmaker in the draft. The team's about to sell, so they want jerseys selling all around. They want their name out there. And what's better than the best player in the draft, Bijan Robinson? Your face is like crazy right now.
They don't need a running back. That's the thing.
Huh?
They don't need a running back.
They do need a running back. Brian Robinson is not the answer there.
What?
Bijan is. So 17, I think everyone has this going. Joey Porter from Penn State going to Pittsburgh. They need a corner. It just works out. Lions, they go defense heavy because they're pretty good on offense. Miles Murphy, he's raw. He's going to need some time, but you put on the other side of Hutchinson, I think it'll work out. Tampa, they need cornerback help, so Deontay Banks is the answer there. Michael Mayer, his descent stops because he can go anywhere from honestly 15 to 20, and he stops at 20. Going to Seattle, I don't think they believe in what's his name?
Noah Fant.
Noah Fant. I don't think they believe in him. The Chargers, there's been a lot of hype around Jordan Addison in the last couple weeks I saw. So they take him instead of Zay Flowers, who falls to 22 in Baltimore. They need a speedster for Lamar. Why not get the best one in the draft? Minnesota, they need corner help, but Brian Branch can play all around the secondary. I think, in my opinion, he's the best secondary in the draft, but the other guys play corner better than him, but he plays all around better in the secondary. Nolan Smith, he's a little undersized, but I think they're going to use that to their advantage over there in Jacksonville, and they take him at 24. Quentin Johnson is the pick at 25. New York, they don't have any receivers. They just got Darren Waller, but they're taking the fourth wide receiver off the board in Quentin Johnson. Cowboys are very upset that Bijan didn't fall here. He went to the competitor, and they take Elijah Cansey to team up with Micah Parsons on that line. There's been a lot of talk about a linebacker coming into the first round this year, and I think that's going to be Drew Sanders. He's probably the best off-ball linebacker in the draft, so I have Buffalo taking him here. Dalton Kincaid, Bengals, give Joe Burrow some more weapons. Brian Greasy, that's just a fit made in heaven, going to New Orleans. Here's the second running back in the first round. I know, Carl, you don't like you don't like running backs in the first round. I don't care. I'm changing up. Philly gets their guy with Jahmyr Gibbs at 30. Jalen Hyatt, the fifth wide receiver off, going to Kansas City. Burner, he's going to light the top off some guys, and that's what Kansas City needs. And then defensive line, Mesa Smith, defensive line for Pittsburgh. But honestly, that pick's not going to be in the first day.
That is true.
The NFL Twitter page or Instagram page announced that there'll only be 31 picks on day one.
That is true.
That's my first round pick if there's no trades.
Nice.
First round mock draft. Last one. What do you think of that, Jack?
I hate the Bijan pick. That was terrible. I'm sorry.
Is it missing someone?
They don't need they don't need a running back. It's not even the Hendon Hooker thing. It's like Brian Robinson had a great year.
No, there's a couple different factors.
They don't need a tight end.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. Noah Fant's good.
No.
I don't think Packers will go defense. Let's see. I don't see why the Raiders would take a quarterback. Other than that, I mean, if anything, I think Levis would go ahead Stroud. But yeah, I think the biggest thing was Bijan and Michael Mayer.
You never know.
But
this is the mock draft I'm most confident in.
I already know you're not gonna like mine, so it's whatever.
Oh.
All right.
We're back on mine.
Okay.
I like it.
That's your mine. All righty. Oh,
God. I'm not ready.
All righty. This one is with trades, by the way.
Okay. Oh my God.
Goes with the number one pick. We are aware of that. And then we have a trade. The Vikings, they need a quarterback. Kirk Cousins is 35 and in his last year of his contract. They need someone. You got to give Justin Jefferson somebody. And Dalvin Cook going to be traded? Hell yeah, he is. Now, the trades are a little out of proportion, but I need these good to go through. But I don't know what I did. Yeah, see, this isn't going to work. But what my point is that the Vikings will trade the 23rd pick and Dalvin Cook to acquire the second pick from the Houston Texans. The Texans don't need a quarterback, or they don't want one in that second pick, and they already have the number 12 pick. So trade back. They get themselves a great running back in Dalvin Cook. The Vikings get their quarterback they need because Kirk Cousins in his last year with them. And honestly, if the Vikings were to draft a quarterback in the first round, I don't think Kirk would even make it through the whole year. Another trade. The Arizona Cardinals are going to trade back for the Tennessee Titans. Look, the Texans traded back. Someone's got to jump the Colts in their division to take a quarterback. And that's what the Tennessee Titans do. We just learned Malik Willis is not their guy. They're trying to trade Ryan Tannehill. They're also trying to trade Derrick Henry. And that's how they acquired the number 3 pick in the NFL draft. They trade Derrick Henry to the Arizona Cardinals. You're going to have no Kyler Murray for basically the whole year. You need to run it. You got to get the running game going. And that's why you get Derrick Henry in there. Like I said, trade's a little out of proportion, but I mean, the Tennessee Titans, yeah, see, I don't know why it's like that. But point is, Cardinals would get the number 11 pick and Derrick Henry. And then for the Titans, they get their quarterback of the future in CJ Stroud. Now here are the Colts at 4. They take Anthony Richardson. You know, obviously this is kind of their last case for a quarterback. They were jumped by 2 teams. And I mean, I think Anthony Richardson is still a really good quarterback. Number 5, Will Anderson. I think he is the best defensive player in the draft. And for him to fall to 5 to Seattle is a blessing for them. 6, you have Jalen Carter. I think, like I said, Jalen Carter, another guy is considered one of the best defensive prospects. And you know what? Dan Campbell is a man who changes boys into men. And that's what Dan Campbell would do to Jalen Carter. He would change him into a boy to a man. and that's why I think he would go to Detroit. Number 7, Tyree Wilson. A lot of people believe, I think even you did too, Carl, that he would be the first defensive player probably taken in a draft this year. So I don't think so. I think he will go 7 to the Raiders. I think the Raiders offense is pretty nice. They just need to build that defense. Number 8, Christian Gonzalez to the Falcons. They got rid of, didn't they just trade secondary, if I'm correct, or no?
They just traded for Jeff Okuda.
Okay. Point is, they're building the secondaries. I don't think, I agree. I don't think Desmond Ridder is the answer, but at the same time, they believe in him and they're going to give him a try. So we'll see how that goes. So you just build the defense, and Christian Gonzalez, considered the best secondary in this draft, he goes at 8. We have a trade to announce. The Green Bay Packers trade up for the Chicago Bears pick. Look,
what?
The Packers need offense. They got to get Jordan Love the guys.
Oh.
And they like them some Jackson Smith Njigba. Like I said, the Bears are standing there. They don't need the pick. So, look, the Packers have some draft capital now. They got some picks to spend. So spend it. You get Jordan Love, Jackson Smith Njigba, and you have a trio of Smith Njigba, Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs, Aaron Jones, and A.J. Dillon. I mean, if Jordan Love can't succeed with that offense, then he's obviously not the guy.
Wow.
At 10, Devon Witherspoon for the Eagles. I almost went with Bijan, but, their defense kind of did take a hit, and I think Devon Witherspoon is a really good player. At 11, I think the Cardinals go with Miles Murphy here. Look, they just got Derrick Henry. They don't need offense. I don't think DeAndre Hopkins gets traded. We'll see how that kind of plays out. But nevertheless, build some defensive guys. J.J. Watt gone. You need somebody. I mean, he's not going to play the same exact position, but you need more defensive guys in there. 12, Hendon Hooker goes to the Houston Texans at 12. Look, Hendon Hooker is a sure first-round pick now. He's meeting with a lot of teams, and he just told teams, actually, that the doctors have cleared him to play. So he will not miss any time unless the team makes him miss time. And look, the Texans, they trade back here at 12, get themselves a mature quarterback. And that's what Hendon Hooker is, a mature guy who knows how to lead. The Bears at 13, they will take Paris Johnson Jr. You're at 13 and he's still there. Kind of hard to not take him.
Well, hold on. Before you continue, what's the Packers-Bears trade?
I don't even know. Yeah, it was way out of proportion. I don't know why. These trades really did not make sense. But
what do you think that trade actually looks like, though?
I think that the Packers would get rid of the Jets' second round. That could be a first round.
The conditional?
Yeah, the conditional.
That's basically a first round pick. Wow.
We've seen it. We've seen it happen. I think Jackson Smith-Njigba could be that guy. Lucas Van Ness at 14. You didn't say it this past one, but I was saying it. He's a Patriot guy. He's a Bill Belichick guy. 15, Peter Skoronski to the Jets. Like you said, gets Aaron Rodgers some protection. Pretty obvious. At 16, not Hendon Hooker anymore. It's going to be Nolan Smith on the edge. Build that defense. Chase Young is kind of up and down. Are they going to trade him? Are they going to keep him? Nevertheless, build a guy like Nolan Smith in there. 17, Broderick Jones. Get Kenny Pickett some protection. I know a lot of people had Joey Porter Jr. here, but for me, I think for the Steelers, you just want to give Kenny Pickett some room to throw. We have a trade to announce with Bijan still available at 18, and the Lions with the 18th pick have been saying we want to trade back. That's what they do. Here come Jerry and the Dallas Cowboys. They get their guy. They trade up. They don't want to miss him, and they get him with the 18th pick. At 19, Darnell Wright for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 20, Zay Flowers for the Seattle Seahawks. This is a team with DK, and look, Tyler Lockett is getting old. And other than that, who's their third guy? You really said Geno's our guy. So give him a third receiver like Zay Flowers, and his offense, I think, can really take off. With the 21st pick, Jordan Addison on the Chargers. Same thing with them. You've got Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Give, Herbert another guy to throw it to. With the 22nd, I have the Ravens taking a receiver. Same thing, give him some weapons. Odell and Rashad Bateman aren't enough. I think Quentin Johnson could be a really nice piece in there. The 23rd pick, another receiver. I think for the Texans, you're going Hendon Hooker. So I'd get your quarterback to throw the ball to. And I really like Josh Downs. I had a chance to watch him play a couple of games when North Carolina would play Notre Dame. I think this guy is really good. 24, Brian Branch for the Jaguars. I think if he falls at 24, that's a steal. And the Jaguars offense is pretty set. It's all about defense now. 25, Jalen Hyatt for the Giants. I think it's inevitable that, the Giants take a receiver here. It's kind of just which one is the best available. And that was Jalen Hyatt here for the Giants. Then here is the Lions pick at 26. They get Joey Porter Jr. after trading down with the Dallas Cowboys. So they still get themselves a great defensive player. And they come out of the first round with Jalen Carter and Joey Porter Jr. 27, Deontay Banks for the Bills. I think this is another guy. He falls in the draft. It's really hard not to take him. 28, I have Michael Mayer to the Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to take a tight end. The question is, which one is it? And obviously, if Michael Mayer is still there, he will be that pick. 29, Ryan Brucey to the Saints. I feel like this is probably everyone's consensus 29th overall pick. 30th, Jahmyr Gibbs to the Eagles. If they're not going to take Bijan at 10 or 11, whatever their pick is, they're going to go Jahmyr Gibbs. And then 31, I got Kalijah Cansey. He almost fell. And I think with Frank Clark obviously gone, build that defensive line. Get Kalijah Cansey. And that is my final first round mock draft.
Who do you have for 32 though? Let me see.
It doesn't show.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
So 4 quarterbacks in a row taken. Also had
6
receivers taken in a row.
6 wide receivers.
I think that to better
Oh my God.
to better explain why I made those decisions, Carl, is I've heard a lot of people call this draft class weak.
Yeah, very.
And I'm just saying, if a draft class is going to be weak, I feel like it might be offensive heavy in the first round. So yeah, okay. To be honest with you, will that happen? Probably not. But
Oh, it was very fun though.
I do truly believe the Vikings will trade up. I do believe that. I believe the Titans will trade up too. Will it be that exact spot? No, but it makes the most sense. I do believe Hendon Hooker go 16 to the Commanders or 12 to the Texans if they don't take a quarterback at number 2. That one I am very sure about. So, yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of trades are going to happen. I think there's a lot of moving pieces. I believe that teams are going to be aggressive this year. I think that since it's not as deep as other draft classes, you're going to really have to spend picks to get the guy you want. And those are guys like a Bijan Robinson, a Jackson Smith-Njigba, any of the quarterbacks, in the first round. So I think that with the lack of depth available in this year's draft, that will cause a lot of teams to trade up and get someone that is worth being picked in the first round. So that is it for that one. We will do, I guess, ours.
Yeah, let's do the live one now.
All right.
You get the first overall pick. You are on the clock, Jackie boy.
Let me pull it up.
You want to use the one I used?
No.
Well,
I like this one. I like Pro Football Network. Wait, we can use PFF.
I mean, if we don't want trades.
Do you want to trade or no?
Do you want to trade?
I'm asking you. Do you want to trade?
No, not really.
Okay. All righty.
Okay. You are on the clock.
Yeah. I mean, it's Bryce Young. I would be really shocked if it's not Bryce Young. You mean,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he is the consensus number 1 overall pick. It's pretty obvious.
I am going to go Tyree Wilson.
Mm, Where is he?
Where is he?
There he is.
Oh wow. Yeah, there's not much to say. I think the Texans, I think D'Amico Ryans want to make a splash at number 2. And sorry about that.
I
But
really think a trade would happen here with the Cardinals, but obviously we can't make trades.
yeah.
So, with that being said, Will Anderson. Best
Will
defensive,
Anderson.
in my opinion, he's the best defensive player in the draft. And I mean, if the Cardinals do stay there, it's really hard to see him passing him.
Yeah. Uh we'll go we'll go Will Levis here at 4.
I would have done the same.
Yeah. There's rumors that CJ Stroud is slipping,
Yeah.
and I think the Colts are going to believe in that slip and take Will Levis.
Fifth pick, Jalen Carter.
Nice.
I think it'd be a no-brainer right here, especially if Tyree Wilson or Will Anderson isn't available. I think it's kind of a no-brainer with Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah. If we're doing no trades, um, I think I'm gonna go CJ Stroud.
At Swoy. What?
Yeah, CJ
For
Stroud
the
to the Lions.
Lions?
Yeah, they want. Okay, so
Oh,
Jared Goff is a lot of money. A lot of money on the books for the next, not including this year, and the next 2 years after this. So why not get off that money and get, some say, the best or the best quarterback in the draft?
all right. Wow, I was not expecting that. Well, I'm just gonna follow theme of my first round mock draft and go Christian Gonzalez here with the Raiders. They're pretty fine with their offense. It's really just a defense that blew a lot of games for them, especially that Rams Thursday night game.
Rams. Okay, so we have Atlanta here. I don't think they'll take Weatherspoon because they just traded for Okuda. Um, I think they'll go. Here, let me see the available a little bit. Um, you know what? I'm gonna stick to my mock draft and have him take Anthony Richardson.
Oh,
Have him sit behind Ritter for a year. What are you thinking with the Bears? No trades.
if this is how the board looks,
Uh-huh.
I'm going Devon Witherspoon here. I mean, if he pans out the guy he's supposed to be,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a lethal trio of Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, and Devon Withers. I think that's lethal if they all pan out.
Yeah, it's not bad. It'd be
It is
crazy.
hard. If you can get a playmaker like him, it'd be hard for me to pass that up if I'm the Bears.
Maybe the best secondary in the league.
He's got a lot of potential. Let's hear it. Since it's the Bears pick, let's read his thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
First round, he his penalties, which is okay. That's a thing. He's an island #1 quarterback. You know who I think of when I read that, Carl?
Revis Island.
Terrell Revis. Due
Yeah.
to he's a boomer, but he's not. Oh, you think he's a boomer bust, but this guy has seen it all. He shows it on tape.
And he's an Illinois guy.
He's an Illinois guy. I mean, you look at the stats. That's locked. I can't do anything about that. 3 picks this past year.
The
Played
most games he's played.
only two. He gave up only 206 yards.
Uh-huh. On 22 receptions out of
And
62
he played
targets.
738 snaps.
Yeah.
Passer rating of 25.3.
Yeah. He allowed no touchdowns and he had 3 picks.
I would like to see the penalties, but they don't let me see it. He's
Yeah.
a corner slot. I mean,
Hey, if he's got a lot of penalties, that just means he's aggressive, which is not bad.
here is the trend. He's made his way the highest is today at 6, where the Lions pick.
Mm-hmm.
He has been all the way low at 60. He's
What
got
the
a
hell?
1% chance of going to the Bears.
Oh wow.
The
Okay.
analysis. Do we look at it? No, we got to pay
Okay.
for it.
But
Nevertheless, if he's
I don't
still,
mind it.
I would take him at 9.
I don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. Eagles. Um, Peter Skronsky.
Hmm.
They're getting old on the offensive line, and they want to build up the offensive line again.
Yeah. 11.
11.
I mean, like we said, no trades.
No trades.
Maybe we should do one with trades. But with no, because I do believe the Texans will trade up for a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But no trades.
Well, this is Tennessee.
I know. No trades.
No trades.
Oh, damn it. I wish I had a Texans pick. Then you just go Jackson Smith and Jigba. It's a safe,
Yeah.
a safe
Yeah.
pick.
Who's the Texans tight end?
I couldn't even tell you.
Um, why don't we go let's get a little spicy. Let's get a little spicy. Let's go Dalton Kincaid.
Screw you.
No, trust me. I believe Michael Mayer is the best tight end in the draft. But maybe you want Kincaid to be in there for a year, get him under the scheme and everything, and then get the quarterback to fit in when the tight end's ready. Maybe.
I can't believe I'm about to do this pick. But we're gonna have back-to-back tight ends taking
Wow,
in
that's
the first round.
wow.
You know, Michael Mayer is a beast, and I think he is a surefire all-pro tight end for
Mm-hmm.
multiple years. You know, they need it. They need pass catchers. Nevertheless, I think Michael Mayer. I think if Jackson Smith and Jigba is there, they'll take him. But if he's not, I think tight end would be a move for them.
Um,
14.
I've seen some people take Bijan here.
Mm-hmm. I
I've
like that because they have
I don't
Ramon.
understand because Ramondre, yeah, but they like that two running back set.
Isn't Damian Harris still there? Or did he leave?
No, I think he left,
Okay.
but I don't think they're gonna go Bijan. I think they'll grab someone later on. So I think in your draft, I'm gonna go with him, Lucas Finesse.
I think we talk about it. Tackle Paris Johnson still available.
Slipped.
Yeah, he slipped.
Washington. Oh.
Can I trade you with picks? Can I take this?
No.
Can you have the 17th pick?
No. But I
Don't
think
even take Bijan here.
I'm not.
Don't do it.
Fine. Let's take Broderick Jones. Get some help for who's the starter there now?
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell. Yeah, there we go.
17. I think that I really just think the Steelers need someone to protect Kenny Pickett, and that's why they'll go Darnell Wright at 17.
So who I had who
You had CJ.
CJ Stroud. So Jamison Williams got suspended for 6 games.
He is suspended for 6 games.
But they still got a little good wide receiver core there. So I think they're going to pair Miles Murphy with Aiden Hutchinson on the line.
All right. Let's see. Tampa Bay. You know, they've got a solid team around them.
I can see Bijan going here.
Why? Rashad White.
Okay.
Rashad White. Isn't Leonard Fournette still on the team?
I don't think so.
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin.
Mm-hmm. Scotty Miller.
We need a quarterback here.
Oh my God! No.
That's why
I couldn't take
Hooker.
Oh
Hendon
my
Hooker
God.
is probably the second most pro-ready quarterback. He's healthy now.
I
He's
don't support
the
this.
most mature in terms of leading an offense. And I think he will go if he falls, I think he would go 19.
I cannot wait for that Venmo payment of $20 coming to me.
Going in the
And
first
he doesn't go in the first round.
one.
Seattle, you had them take
Jalen.
Jalen Carter. They don't need Bijan because they have
Rashad, and
Kenneth Walker. Why don't they go Deontay Banks? Let's go defense heavy for them.
Yeah. 21. I'll go Zay Flowers here for the Chargers. I think it's all we always talk about just building that offense for Justin Herbert. Be a great fit in there.
Let's go wide receiver again, and let's go. Let's go Josh Downs. I don't think they don't need they need more of a speedster compared to big body like Jordan Addison or Quentin Johnson.
All right. We'll stay with the receivers if they don't trade up, and they'll go Jordan Addison.
That's not bad. I like that.
Pair up with Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen gone.
Can you go to offensive line?
Interior.
Yeah. See who's there. No, never mind. Tackle. No, go back to the all. I like Elijah Cansey going there. I like Elijah in Jacksonville.
All right. Giants, 25th pick. I think it's obvious receiver. No, Quentin Johnson.
Yeah. Oh God.
You know it.
I guess this is where Bijan goes.
You know it, Carl. Come
I
on.
guess Bijan is going to Dallas, even though they signed Tony Pollard to the franchise tag.
Isn't he out for like half of the year?
Yeah.
You need a running back.
Still under the franchise tag. It's like 20 mil.
Okay, that's only 1 year though.
Yeah.
All right. Bills. I think I go Joey Porter Jr. here.
Yeah.
They're in the fall all the way to 27. That's pretty crazy.
It is. I think they're gonna take Darnell Washington here.
Wow.
Bengals.
3 tight ends in the first round.
Some may say 4 might go.
29.
Oh, speaking of the tight ends, the over under right now is at 2.5.
Interesting.
In the first round.
I know we've been talking about Brian Breesy here.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go Nolan Smith.
Yeah, I mean, if he's there, he's
fell. At 29, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Who did the Eagles take earlier?
Skronsky.
Let him take Brian Branch, replace Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
All right. Now with the Chiefs. Brian Breesy.
There you go. Look at that.
All right. We're gonna do trades now. Because
go to the one I used.
Here we go. Bryce Young. This was it.
Yeah.
So we had 4 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends. If I'm correct, 5 receivers.
5 receivers. What is it? 4, 5 corners.
Oh, what is the name of your mock draft?
Just go to that one and then go to the database.
All right, this is our ones with trades. We'll keep the same order.
Select all, and then 1 round.
A lot of ads on this website, Carl. All right.
Sorry, it's not PFF. So enter the draft.
As it loads, here we go. So
okay,
it's me.
It's you.
I have a trade to announce.
Oh yeah. Press start. You have for the first pick. No way.
Maybe Bryce Young. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious.
I want to make a trade.
Hey.
I want to make a trade.
Who are we trading?
Indianapolis.
Houston and Indy?
Yeah.
All right. What do we got?
So Indianapolis is going to have to pay heavy because it's in the same division.
Yes. So number two pick.
So 2 for 4, 35, and first rounder next year,
Ooh.
and then add whatever you need to on the other side to make it work.
Wait, why is
I'll
it?
make sure it just glitches. Okay, yeah. So make that trade.
Now the Colts are on the clock.
The Colts are on the clock, and they will take Will Levis.
There he is. They didn't want to like explain that pick.
Huh?
You didn't want to explain that pick or anything.
Oh, I mean, we've talked about it enough. We're just going through the motions now.
All right, I have a trade.
Oh, who we traded?
Arizona, obviously.
Uh-huh.
Tennessee,
Oh,
they can't be that team in the division without a young rising quarterback.
yeah, that's true.
You get that, get that. If I could have Derrick Henry on here, I would, but
Yeah.
we're only doing one round, so whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So now Titans with the third pick, Anthony Richardson.
Oh, wow. You
If
think
you're
they're throwing them in right away?
if you're going to make a splash for a guy, do it for someone that can make a splash for your organization.
Yeah.
That's Anthony. For me personally, it's Anthony Richardson.
Yeah. Guess what? I think it's gonna go 4 straight if this happens. I think CJ Stroud falls to Houston at 4.
Oh, that'd be huge for them.
Yeah, they get a extra first round pick next year and the quarterback of the future.
Yeah. All right. Seattle at 5. This is where I got Will Anderson. I think that this basically follows my first round mock draft so far. I had 4 quarterbacks taken first,
Yeah.
and Anderson right there at 5. You got to take it.
Oh, sorry. Let's do something different. Um, we've had Javon Carter, Jalen Carter, sorry,
Well, pick who
go a lot, huh?
you think's going to go there. If that was the board.
Christian Gonzalez.
All right.
They need secondary help, and Christian Gonzalez, in my opinion, best corner in the draft.
I would not take Jalen Carter here. I would not put him in Vegas. That's a
Yeah,
bad pick.
yeah, that'd be bad.
I'll go Devin Witherspoon.
Oh wow. Oh, you making me pick, huh? Oh man.
I
Oh,
had Christian Gonzalez in the last one.
ah.
So you have Jalen Carter and Tyree Wilson now.
Ooh. Well, I personally haven't seen a mock draft with Jalen Carter going to Atlanta, but that's changing today. Jalen Carter to Atlanta at 8.
Stays in Georgia.
Stays in Georgia.
Now, this is tough for the Bears.
Tyree Wilson is right there.
Tyree Wilson is there. Taken.
There we go. I like that.
Considered almost the best defensive player by many scouts now. And for him to
Yeah.
fall 9 be crazy.
Uh-huh. Um we have a trade.
Oh. Who?
Philadelphia is trading with um
Who?
uh, um I don't know yet. Um let's go let's go Miami.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go Miami. Doesn't really matter. Uh,
Obviously, pick 10.
yeah, obviously pick 10 and then just throw in whatever will work for Miami. There we go.
I have a feeling I know where you're going here.
Let's get a little spicy.
If it
Let's get
loads,
spice.
well, I want to go through.
I don't know.
All right, hold on. We're having problems. This site's not good. 10th pick for a second.
What the fuck, Jack?
I am clicking it.
Never mind then. Never mind. We won't get spicy. Philadelphia will stay here. Fine. They take Bijan at 10.
For Arizona, I had them trade with Tennessee. And then
Mhm.
at that point, I would have them acquiring Derrick Henry.
Yeah. What you got? What you working with?
Jackson's
Biggest son.
the jig, but I think that I'll just build this offense.
Yeah. So Houston, they got their quarterback at 4. And why not? Why not have someone to protect him at Paris Johnson?
13, Green Bay. Michael Mayer.
Yep. Um, let's go Joey Porter here. Haven't really seen a cornerback go there before. You got the Jets.
Yeah, tackle. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Take him, Carl.
I will not. I will not be taking him.
Oh,
Go to corners. Deontay Banks.
Pitt at 17. Go get themselves Darnell Wright.
Wow. Lucas Van Ness is here. Pair him up with Agent Hutchinson.
Hendon Hooker again here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ridiculous. Let's go Quentin Johnson.
Say Flowers for the Chargers, like we talked about.
Jordan Addison. No. Josh Downs. Sorry. Josh Downs.
And Minnesota gets Jordan Addison.
Go to all. Nolan Smith.
25, the Giants. No, not the greatest receivers available, but got to work with Jalen Hyatt.
Dalton Kincaid.
This is where Bijan would have went. Buffalo. God, I'll go Kalijah.
Nice. I like that. Um, I don't like Brian or Miles Murphy sliding this far,
Yeah,
but I still think they go Darnell Washington.
Miles Murphy. Hard to have him pass that one.
This is where they had Bijan. They got Bijan. They got their guy.
You had Jameer go here.
Had Jameer go here.
And you got to change it.
But you know who's fallen? Broderick Jones.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Broderick. You know who else has fallen?
Brian Branch.
Too bad they're not gonna take him.
Oh man, who they taking? Oh my god.
Just kidding. Anton Harrison.
Nice. That's good. That's nice. I keep saying it. I think Brian Branch is the best secondary in the draft, so why not take him here? Okay. So this is
Is there a way we can do it? Oh, there we go.
yeah.
We had two trades, 4 quarterbacks taking in first picks.
Jeez.
Tyree Wilson falls.
Yeah.
Bijan goes top 10. Michael Mayer 13. Hendon Hooker 19.
This is
Four
this is
receivers taken in a row.
this is crazy, honestly.
Brian Branch falls to 32.
The, I don't mind it.
All right, so
So
we're gonna do a game, or not a game, just
a
like a
game,
segment.
a segment. Okay.
If you could think of one realistic draft shocker Thursday, what would it be? What draft shocker could we see? One only. Now remember, it's a shocker, so it might not happen, but you can realistically see this like happening.
Um honestly, uh when you had Minnesota going two,
Okay.
I could honestly see that. I could really see that. Like
Yeah.
I don't think they trade Delvin because Washington or Houston already has uh their guy who they had last year.
Yeah.
But I can see them trading like three first rounders
Yeah.
for the second overall pick to get. I don't think it'd be Will Levis. It'd be someone to sit behind Kirk Cousins. So
Yeah.
it would probably be Richardson. So that's
I was gonna say that. I was also going to say the Tennessee Titans trading up,
mhm.
but I'm gonna give you a non-quarterback one.
Ooh.
Bijan Robinson
Hmm.
is a Chicago Bear.
Wow.
Like
At
I
nine
said, it would be a shocker,
at nine?
but it realistically could happen.
It really realistically could.
It would be a shocker though.
Yeah, it would be.
But my number one would be Vikings. Number two would be the Titans, and then number three would be Bijan. But since you did quarterback, I wanted to
Yeah.
not go with that.
What else could I see? Um,
I'll give you one more.
okay.
The Miami Dolphins.
Hmm.
They trade up
Okay.
for Jameer Gibbs,
Oh,
not Bijan.
I was gonna that trade I was gonna make with Philly and Miami. It was for Bijan.
I hope.
Yeah, it
I
was for
think a trade could happen with Philly, but with that 30th pick.
maybe that's possible. That's possible. Um, honestly, I don't see uh Tampa taking Hendon any quarterback.
Well,
I can't see.
he won't be available. That's why.
Mm. I don't see Tampa taking a quarterback at all. I think they're gonna stick with uh Mayfield and what's his name?
Kyle Trask.
Kyle Trask for the year. Top five get Drake May next year. It's possible.
No, I
But
mean,
I'm excited.
I feel. I don't think. I mean, obviously you do. Me, Hendon Hooker is a surefire first round pick.
Not in my eyes. Not
Absolutely,
in my eyes.
he
But
is.
we'll have to wait and see. We have to wait today's Tuesday. So we gotta wait about 2 more days.
I will say this: if if
Yeah. If
there's one shocker team that could
Mhm.
take Hendon Hooker,
But what team would that be?
Tennessee Titans.
At 11?
Yeah, if
Wow.
they keep Derrick Henry,
Hmm.
I think that would give Hendon Hooker plenty of opportunity. But I just feel like it'd be hard not to take Hendon Hooker. But I mean, I guess it's the real question. I mean, obviously you don't believe me, but for me, it's where does he go? Because I truly believe, and I would even put a lot of money on this. If the Texans don't take a quarterback at 2, I wholeheartedly believe he would go 12.
No,
Well, obviously you'd say no. You don't think it. That's why.
no, no, it's not happening. It's not.
But
But we'll have to wait and see.
I think that with the doctors clearing him, there could be a rise in him. But with that being said, the NFL is not the only sport going on right now.
Not.
We're gonna do a little. How do we do it? Like a 30-second, not 30-second, but like that fast. MLB. We're gonna do our surprises and disappointments.
Oh, I'll go first because I feel like you'll take it before I do. Uh, Pittsburgh Pirates being top of the division, being top of the whole MLB besides Tampa Bay.
I have
Shocker.
I have a 1A and 1B.
Okay.
1A is the top 6 teams in the MLB.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Let me read it. The Rays,
Uh huh.
the Pirates,
Mm-hmm.
the Orioles,
Uh huh.
the Braves,
Uh huh.
the Brewers,
Mm-hmm.
and the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw that yesterday.
So that's a huge surprise. I think that 4 of those teams, I never thought I would say they're going to be in the top 6. My second one, and I don't know if we have any listeners in the Seattle, Washington area. But let's give Jared Kelnick some love here. This guy was claimed the future of the Seattle Mariners. And to keep it real, he did struggle.
Yeah.
He really did struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And guys struggle. But he comes into today as it loads. He's coming into today as the Mariners' best hitter. He's batting .319 with 6 home runs and 13 RBIs after seasons where he batted .181 and .141. And now he's batting .319.
Wow.
So I just want to do that because this guy is supposed to
Yeah.
be the future. And I truly believe that this guy can do something. And I just think it's a surprise because a lot of people like him, but no one really thought, oh, is this guy going to actually play to his
Yeah.
expectation? According to Baseball Savant, in terms of percentile, he is great in every statistic besides striking out. His
Oh,
expected slugging is at the 99 percentile in the MLB. His weighted on base percentage, 97. His hard hit percentage, 96. His barrel percentage at 90. So, just want to say, like, this guy has finally turned it around. And I'm a little shocked because I did not expect that from him. He didn't even get
shout
drafted.
out to Jared Kelman.
He didn't even get drafted in our fantasy baseball league. And now look at
Yeah.
it. Obviously,
Yeah.
early in the year, but I just think that that's
Yeah.
huge.
That's
I mean,
pretty cool.
I
Good
think
for
it's
him.
huge for them.
Yeah.
Now, I guess since I'm talking, I will do the biggest disappointment so far. You know, I am going to go with a player here.
Ooh.
We don't do the players that much, Carl.
We don't.
I think we got to talk more about the players.
Okay.
And this one, it's a little hard because I hate saying this.
Oh, I have a feeling.
It's Sandy Alcantara.
Oh, okay. Not who I was thinking.
After having that Cy Young year he had, where he
Mm-hmm.
was literally unhittable, he's only made 4 starts, and he's thrown a complete game, actually.
Yeah.
But he's given up 17 runs in 24 innings, 1-2 record. His ERA as of today at 5.47. In fact, on the road, his ERA is at 20. This is
20.
this is a guy who threw 6 complete games and had a 2.28 ERA last year. So I think it is disappointing for the Marlins that he hasn't been able to continue his hot start like last year.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah. Um, this one's gonna hit straight at home for you. Yeah, it's the Chicago White Sox.
I'm not surprised at that
What
one.
what the
They've
what
been
the hell
playing
are they doing?
like players don't care.
I thought since the DUI infested Tony La Russa is out, I thought they'd do better.
Honestly, it's not the manager's fault at this point.
But
It's the
it
players.
Lance Lynn sucks.
Yeah, he is really bad.
People want him to get uh DFA'd.
I would DFA him if he continues this. I mean, he didn't pitch too bad yesterday, but I mean,
Wow.
you can't only hit the ball 3 times.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of teams have cold stretches and hot stretches, and so we're only what 30 games into the season.
Well, the thing is, they won't turn around until Tim Anderson's back, anyways. So
Yeah, so that's just really disappointing
yeah, I
so
mean,
far.
I'm not
And
shocked.
that's coming from a Cubs fan. And that's coming from a Cubs fan to say it.
To be honest, I'm not shocked really at this point. I mean, they look like they don't care out there, and that sucks to
Yeah.
say, but truth.
Yeah.
Final segment. So that was like our quick MLB segment.
Yeah.
NBA playoffs are going. And
Ooh.
we had a team advance already in the 76ers. Joel Embiid is hurt.
So all this extra time is good for him.
We might have a couple high seeds knocked out early. We've got the Grizzlies down 3-1. We've got the Bucks down 3-1.
Yeah.
Got the Cavs down 3-1. We've got Sacramento tied at 2. All
Yeah,
right.
this is wild.
I think the biggest conversation we can have, Carl, is Sacramento and Golden State. De'Aaron Fox is still a game time decision.
Broken index finger.
Can they even win a game without him?
Um, I mean, they could definitely win a game without him, but it depends if they can win two more.
Yeah.
Before losing two more. But I think it's now the Warriors like win or how do I put this? It's the Warriors series to lose.
Yeah.
I think they have all the momentum. Sabonis can't do it by himself. He's not Jokic, unfortunately. I think.
He's hurt too.
Oh, really?
Playing through an injury though.
Oh, but I think this is a Warriors series to lose now, and they will be facing the Los Angeles Lakers in the second round.
I never liked. I mean, I always thought it was like the lower seed would face. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's bracket wise though. It's
with
not.
yeah, I know. With the way things are looking, we will potentially get, and this makes ESPN happy, a Golden State and Lakers series.
Yeah,
On the other end, it's trending the Nuggets and Suns, which would be a really good series.
yeah, it would be.
On the other end, we got the Knicks, who might be playing in the Eastern Conference Finals if the Heat advance.
Yeah,
I mean, I think the NBA playoffs are going to be pretty good this year.
it's gonna be crazy.
But actually, there is something we need to talk about, and I was listening to this on the radio because I was not.
Radio.
I wasn't home. I was in a car. Um, the amount of injuries that are happening in the playoffs right now,
Oh my god.
it is abysmal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just here. I've got a list. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard,
Mm-hmm.
Steven Adams,
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Clark, Kyle Anderson. I'm going to say De'Aaron Fox.
You can say Ja. He was up for a game.
I'm not on the list yet. Tyler Hero,
Broken
Victor
hand.
Oladipo,
Mm-hmm.
Giannis, who did come back though,
Mm-hmm.
Embiid, who probably won't play in game 1 or round 2.
It's
The,
crazy.
the list won't let me go through more.
It's crazy. It's a crazy amount of people, but
Oh, here we go. There's articles about this.
yeah.
Tyler Hero, like we said, Giannis, Oladipo, obviously. Lakers are healthy, which is weird. Joel Embiid is obviously the biggest one, I think, because
Yeah.
he's the MVP. Um, yeah, Ja, like you said, but it's funny because this guy is an old timer,
Hmm.
coached back then, and I mean, it's a good point. Like you're investing so much more money into healthcare with these players today,
Hmm.
and they're staying on the court less than they did when medical trainers and professions weren't paid or valued as much.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it sucks. I hate it because I'm not gonna look. I'm not saying a team is only going to win because of injuries, but it's kind of looking like that way right now because
It's always how the it's always who's the healthiest team in the playoffs.
I'll say this: if the Clippers had George and Kawhi, they would be winning that series right now.
With the way Phoenix is playing, yeah.
If Giannis was healthy every game, the Bucks would be winning that series right now.
You
Now,
never know.
you can make the case Tyler Hero is gone for now.
Hmm.
I just and the Grizzlies didn't have Ja the one game, but I mean, I still lost with him last night.
Yeah.
Here we go with the Kings. We'll see with
Mhm.
De'Aaron Fox, but it sucks to see that. I mean, and there's been a lot of injuries in the NBA this year. I think we both know that because of fantasy basketball playing, that
Yeah.
a lot of guys got hurt,
Hmm.
and it's obviously there's nothing you can do about it. But at the same time, it's just very unfortunate to see that.
Yeah. There's been a lot of talks about the NBA dropping games, like going from 82 to 72 or 76,
Well, I think
even 68.
I don't know if they accepted it, but I heard a proposed plan about a play-in tournament or an
No, it
in-season
did
tournament.
get approved. It did get
Oh,
approved.
did it approve? Okay.
Yeah, where it'll still be the same teams, but uh they'll play in different jerseys. They'll be playing in different arenas.
Yeah.
But it will count towards the amount of games played,
Yeah.
where they will still be playing 82 games
It
and
just
everything like
sucks.
that.
So.
Yeah, because we weren't alive for it, but like in the 90s, everyone played unless it was something torn.
Hmm.
And everyone played, everyone gave their fullest, and it was honestly always the best team winning, Michael Jordan. But still, and nowadays it's just who's the healthiest team, who makes the finals and wins it. It's always the healthiest team nowadays.
Let me ask
And
you this question though:
so,
if you're the Grizzlies
mhm.
and if you lose this series to the Lakers,
Not re-signing Dylan Brooks.
that's what I was going to ask you. Would you even consider bringing him back
Nope. He
after
can't shoot. He can't pass. He can't.
he poked the bear,
Yeah, he poked the bear.
and
But
now look what's happening to him or the
he's going
team?
to play for the Wu Hong Dragons or Wu Hong something.
I mean, I think a team will pick him up.
He better learn Chinese, buddy.
I think a team will pick him up, but obviously, like you don't do what he just did.
Yeah.
Look,
To LeBron fucking James.
I mean, I don't think the Lakers will do much, obviously,
I
but
think they lose to Golden State if they play.
if you're poking LeBron James, you should not do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a smart move by him. I wanted to hear what you would have to say.
Yeah. He definitely will not be back in Memphis.
Yeah,
Uh, and honestly, I could see him going to like Orlando, uh, Washington. Washington always gets washed up washed up people. Uh, so I just don't see him on a contending team next year.
yeah.
But what's your thoughts on it,
I mean, he's immature. I think
Eric?
the whole team's immature. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They don't know when to shut up and play ball. I think that they won game one. Yeah, they won game. No, they won. Did they win game one or was it game two? Whatever. They won a game. The only
Mhm.
game they won. And they decided to talk a bunch of crap after it.
Yeah, you don't do that.
You don't do that. No, you especially on the first round.
They've been here before too, and they didn't learn from it.
Yeah, it's just you got to shut up and play ball. I think at that point, like, I get it. You're hyped. You won. You beat LeBron, but at the same time, man, like, cool. And
Yeah.
now he won't even talk to the media.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So he's showing his true colors. Where
yeah, I think a lesson for young basketball players is don't poke the bear unless you are sure you can.
keep your head down, and just play ball, and don't talk shit.
Yeah, well, that was the MLB and NBA roundup. So, as we go, Carl, do we have any final NFL draft predictions or things we want to say?
I'm good. How about you?
Hendon Hooker is a first round pick.
Oh my God. Nope. That's it. We're done. That was the Shy City Boys podcast. We will be back next week to talk about the NFL draft, obviously, and we will go more in depth on the NBA playoffs and the MLB, and maybe sprinkle in a little bit of the NHL playoffs going on. But that's it. I'm Carl Liza. Jack, any other words?
Hendon
Nope.
Hooker
That's
will be a
good.
first round pick.
And you guys have a great day and enjoy the draft.